Dr. Camila Hayes, Diabetes Health Clinic. Have you ever wondered why so many men talk about adding one special thing to their morning coffee, hoping it will improve their erections? Maybe you've seen those posts online. A spice, a powder, a drop of something that claims to bring everything back, even at 70 or 80. And if you're dealing with weaker erections, slower mornings, or feeling like your confidence isn't quite what it used to be, it's tempting, right? You start to wonder, could it really be that simple? Here's the honest truth. Most of those promises are just that, promises. But the reason these claims spread so quickly is because they speak to something real. Your body is changing. Your energy shifts. Your blood vessels respond differently. And you want a solution that feels natural, safe, and easy. So today, I want to talk directly to you. Not about magic ingredients, but about something far more powerful that many urologists do recommend. A simple morning habit, yes, something you can add to your coffee routine, but backed by actual physiology, real circulation science, and the way your hormones respond to daily choices. If you've ever thought, I just want my body to work the way it used to, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what supports erections at any age, and how one small change in your morning routine can genuinely make a difference without risking your health or falling for myths. Let's get into it. Dr. Camila Hayes, Diabetes Health Clinic. When a man starts noticing weaker erections, the change rarely feels physical at first. It often feels emotional. You wake up one morning and realize things aren't responding the way they used to. Maybe it takes longer. Maybe it's less firm. Maybe you feel more distracted, more tired, or just not yourself. And even though this issue is incredibly common, it doesn't feel common when it's happening to you. It feels personal. It affects your confidence, your energy, even the way you show up for the people you care about. Some men describe it as losing a part of their identity. Others say they avoid talking about it because they don't want to sound weak or worried. But here's the thing I want you to really hear. Erections are not controlled by willpower or masculinity. They're controlled by blood flow, nerves, hormones, and daily habits that influence all three. And the body changes with age in predictable ways. Blood vessels stiffen. Inflammation increases. Testosterone becomes less efficient. Stress rises. Sleep shortens. None of this is your fault. It's biology. Yet men often start searching for shortcuts because the problem feels uncomfortable to face directly. That's why those "put this in your coffee" claims sound so convincing. They offer hope without requiring understanding. But real improvement doesn't come from mystery ingredients. It comes from supporting the systems that control blood flow and metabolic health, especially if you're living with diabetes or pre-diabetes, where circulation is already under pressure. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you thought about your vascular health? Or how your morning routine influences your hormones for the entire day? Most men focus on the symptom, the difficulty with erections, without realizing the root cause usually begins hours earlier, in the way your body handles stress, sugar, caffeine, sleep, and nitric oxide. When you understand what's actually happening inside your body, you can finally take steps that work. Safe steps, simple steps, and steps that help your body respond the way it's meant to, no matter your age. Dr. Camila Hayes, Diabetes Health Clinic. Now, let's break this down into clear, simple steps you can start using today. These come directly from what we see in clinical practice, especially with men who have diabetes, pre-diabetes, high blood pressure, or early vascular changes. None of these tips rely on hype or quick fixes. They focus on restoring the systems that control erections, blood flow, nerves, hormones, and metabolic stability. First, support your morning nitric oxide levels. Here's the part most men never hear about. Erections depend heavily on nitric oxide, a tiny molecule that relaxes blood vessels and allows blood to flow exactly where it needs to go. Nitric oxide drops with age, stress, and blood sugar fluctuations. So, what does this have to do with coffee? Your morning routine can boost or block nitric oxide depending on what you pair with caffeine. Caffeine itself is not harmful, but when you drink coffee on an empty stomach, glucose swings become more dramatic, and high glucose blunts nitric oxide production for hours. A better approach is simple. Before your coffee, eat something small that contains natural nitrates or antioxidants. A few berries, half a banana, a tablespoon of chia or flax, even a handful of spinach blended into a small morning smoothie. These foods give your blood vessels the raw materials they need. Then, when you drink your coffee, you're not stressing your system. You're supporting it. Think of it as priming your circulation before stimulating it. And yes, this one shift often makes a noticeable difference in how your body responds throughout the day. Second, add a source of magnesium to your morning routine. Many urologists recommend this, not as a cure, but as foundational support. Magnesium plays a major role in nerve signaling, muscle relaxation, and vascular health. Low magnesium makes blood vessels tighten instead of relax, which is the opposite of what you want for strong erections. You don't have to add it directly into your coffee. In fact, it absorbs better when paired with food or taken separately in gentle forms like magnesium glycinate. Some men prefer adding magnesium-rich foods to their breakfast instead. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, oats, and leafy greens are excellent options. You can sprinkle pumpkin seeds over yogurt. Add oats or almond butter to your morning meal. The goal is simple. Give your blood vessels the minerals they need to function the way they used to. When circulation improves, erections improve. Not overnight, but naturally and steadily. Third, balance blood sugar early in the day. This point is huge, especially for men with diabetes or insulin resistance. Unstable blood sugar is one of the fastest ways to weaken erections because it damages the lining of blood vessels over time. You may not feel the damage, but erections do. They are one of the first places where circulation struggles become noticeable. So here's a simple strategy you can start tomorrow. Pair your morning coffee with protein or healthy fat. Just a small amount makes a big difference. A boiled egg, a tablespoon of nuts, Greek yogurt, a slice of whole grain toast with avocado. Why does this matter? Because protein and healthy fats slow the release of sugar into the bloodstream, preventing spikes that interfere with nitric oxide and testosterone signaling. Men often tell me, I didn't think breakfast mattered. But it does, especially when you're trying to support sexual function. A stable morning sets the tone for stable circulation throughout the day. Fourth, reduce morning stress hormones. High cortisol is the enemy of healthy erections. It tightens blood vessels, disrupts testosterone activity, and signals the body to conserve energy instead of sending it to reproductive tissues. Most men wake up with naturally higher cortisol. Caffeine increases it further. Stress pushes it even higher. You don't need to eliminate stress, just soften it. Try this before your first sip of coffee. 3 slow breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. It sounds simple, but it shifts your nervous system out of alert mode, and erections rely heavily on relaxation. If you want to go a step further, spend 2 minutes in morning sunlight or at a window. This stabilizes your circadian rhythm, improves mood, and supports testosterone production later in the day. A peaceful morning strengthens your erections more than any supplement ever could. Finally, move your body for 3 minutes right after coffee. This tip surprises almost everyone, but it's one of the most effective. Light movement, just a few minutes, helps your muscles absorb glucose more efficiently, stabilizes blood sugar, and encourages healthy blood flow. You don't need a workout. You don't need equipment. You don't even need to break a sweat. Try standing and marching in place. Take a short walk around the room. Do 10 to 15 calf raises. Anything that wakes up your circulation. Erections are a vascular event. So priming your blood vessels early sends your body a clear message. Stay open. Keep flowing. This habit is especially powerful for men with diabetes because it helps counter insulin resistance in real time. None of these steps require major lifestyle changes. They don't require prescriptions. They don't require perfect habits. They simply support the biology that already exists inside you. When you stabilize blood sugar, relax the nervous system, feed the endothelial cells in your blood vessels, and strengthen nitric oxide pathways, erections often follow naturally. It's not magic. It's physiology. And supporting your body in the morning can create ripple effects throughout the entire day and, yes, even into the night. Dr. Camila Hayes, Diabetes Health Clinic, let's bring everything together in a way that feels clear and manageable. Because when it comes to erections, especially as you move into your 50s, 60s, 70s, or beyond, the goal isn't perfection. It's consistency. Your body responds to patterns, not pressure. Think back to what we covered. Every tip focused on one thing, supporting the internal systems that make erections possible. Not chasing quick fixes. Not relying on miracle ingredients. Just giving your body what it already needs. We started with nitric oxide because that's the foundation of blood flow. Your erections can only be as strong as your circulation allows. So when you protect your nitric oxide levels early in the day, before coffee spikes your stress hormones or blood sugar, you give your vessels the freedom to open the way they're designed to. Then we talked about magnesium, a simple mineral that so many men overlook, yet your blood vessels depend on it every hour of the day. Magnesium helps everything relax, your muscles, your nerves, your arteries. When those systems relax, erections become easier, more natural, and more responsive. We moved into blood sugar because this is where so many men quietly struggle. Even small glucose swings create inflammation that affects sexual function long before you feel anything elsewhere. By pairing your coffee with protein or healthy fat, you're giving your body stability. And stability is what supports confidence. Then we address stress. Not the big, overwhelming kind, just the morning cortisol that nudges your body toward tension. 3 calm breaths, a moment of sunlight, a quiet pause before your first sip. These small acts can create powerful hormonal balance for the entire day. And finally, movement. Not a workout. Not a routine you dread. Just 3 minutes of gentle circulation support. This signals your body that blood flow should stay active and responsive, one of the simplest yet most impactful habits you can form. So here's the takeaway. Erections don't improve because of one ingredient in your coffee. They improve because you support the systems that allow them to happen. These habits are safe. They're simple. And they work with your biology, not against it. Your body is capable of more than you think at any age. You just have to give it the right conditions. Dr. Camila Hayes, Diabetes Health Clinic, if you've listened this far, it tells me something important about you. You care about your health. You want your body to feel strong, dependable, and alive no matter your age. And that matters. Because the small steps you choose today can shape how your body responds tomorrow, next month, and even years from now. So here's what I want you to remember as you leave this video. You don't need extreme routines. You don't need miracle blends. You just need habits that support your circulation, your hormones, and your daily energy. The rest follows naturally. If this conversation helped you understand your body a little better, if it made you feel less worried or more hopeful, or if it gave you one simple thing to try tomorrow morning, then I invite you to stay connected with me. Subscribe to the channel for more doctor-led guidance on diabetes, circulation, hormones, and overall well-being. I share videos with the same calm, practical approach so you always know what's real, what's helpful, and what your body genuinely needs. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of your health, and I'll see you next time.